Hello and welcome to iskipper.net. This is lesson 26, Tidal Streams. The first part we're going to look at Liverpool Bay, and we're going to use the Tidal Stream, the Tidal Diamond for that. And then in the second part we're going to use that. We're going to be in the Eastern Solent and using the Tidal Stream Atlas. This lesson's actually broken up into two parts. First part's going to be the practical example in Liverpool, and then you'll have to click onto the second movie for the Tidal Stream Atlas part. So I'm going to be sailing in the Liverpool Bay area for this hour in question. I'm going to be kind of sailing from over here and past the wind farm, just leaving the wind farm to south. So what I need to do is find the nearest tidal diamond for the area, and just looking in there, I can just see tidal diamond B there. So that'll be a good tidal diamond to use. There is one further up towards the actual entrance to Liverpool, which isn't too applicable. And then there's one over towards Anglesey, which it's too far away. So the best one to use is the one, well, the closest tidal diamond, which is B. So somewhere on your chart you'll find the information for the tidal diamonds. Things we need to note is all this tidal information is based off Liverpool, which is important. And then we're looking down, well we're going to be using B, so we found tidal diamond B. We've got the direction, which is in degrees true, and then these figures along here in the dark bold writing, so that's 077, that's the angle that the tide is running at. Just above there we've got the hours before high water. So there, that would be 1 hour before high water. We've got actual high water there. Then we've got the hours after running this way. And then below there, we've got the top figure here is going to be the spring rate. So that would be 0.3 knots at springs. And then this figure would be 0.1 knots at neaps. So what I'm using is my Nautical Almanac, and this is it's just a book with all the tidal information, absolutely everything you could possibly need to know for this year's journeys. What I've done, I'm just opening it up on the Liverpool page, because our tidal streams are based on Liverpool's tides, and we need to go to today's date, which is the 6th of September. So what I've done is looked at September and looking down for the big number 6 there. Just to note that all these times are in UT. So in British summertime we need to add an hour onto the time to actually get the time for British summertime. What I've got here is just a little extract from the almanac, just so I can show it you a little better. So we've got the big number 6 here is the 6th of September, and then the TH is today, so that'll be for Thursday. Then we've got the times running down in UT. So yep, so on roughly every 6 hours. And then for example, this will be low water, because this is a smaller figure here, and this is the tighter tide above chart datum. So at 0617 we'll have 7.2 metres of water above chart datum. So we know that this is our high water, and this is going to be our other high water, and this one is going to be these are our two low waters. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be sailing in the morning, so we'll probably use this high water figure here, and we're going to be sailing between high water and low water. So what we need to do now is work out, using them tidal diamonds, how much how fast the water's flowing and which direction. So what I've done now, I've took the information we've got from the almanac, the high water time, and kind of made a bit of a jigsaw to work out what tidal hour we're actually going to be using. So I know there's a lot of figures on here, but don't let them get bogged down. We'll break them down and then we'll take it from there. So I've got high water, and we know that high water was 0617. And then what I've done, I've added on an hour to each of these. So this would be +2 high water, for example, and that would be 0817. So that's what all these figures down here are, just an hour added to the high water time. What we need to do though is work out where we come into each hour. And what I've done further is made a bit of a jigsaw on the end there. And I've gone for half an hour before and half an hour after each of them times. So, for example, the 0717, half an hour before that would be 0647, and half an hour after that would be 0747. So that, what I'm saying is that the actual tidal information is for half an hour before and half an hour after each of these times. And we're actually going to be departing at 0845 UT. So what I need to do is work out where in these times that's going to come in. So 0847, pretty close. So what I'm suggesting is that this is going to be our hour of tide we need to calculate here. So coming across here, working across 0917, that's going to be +3 hours. So high water +3 is what we're going to be working with. So I'm just coming back to the almanac just to establish whether we're on spring tides or neap tides. So what I'm going to do, there's quite an easy way of doing this really. If we look in the top corner here, the figures shown in red are springs and the figures shown in blue are neaps. So if we look at the 6th of September, which is here, and what I'm looking for is, if that's blue, that means it's neap. So it's bang on neaps there, so that's fine. Working down, see we've got the spring rates here. And when you're in between these two rates, what you've got to do is interpolate it using a graph, or you can just do it by eye. If you're roughly halfway through, you can kind of take the figures like halfway. But for Yachtmaster sort of stuff, you've got to get these figures spot on, and we'll show you that in the Yachtmaster part of the course. So we're working from tidal diamond B, and we now know that we're working on the 3rd hour after high water. So working across, we've got the hours before high water, and then we've got the hours after. That number 3 there is hours after high water, so that's us. So there's 271 degrees true, which is the direction of the tide. And then we've got 2 figures below it. And we've established that we're on neap tides. So we'll go with the smaller figure on the bottom, which is 0.6 knots of tide. The one above it, the 1 knot of tide there, is the spring rate. So these are the actual figures that we would plot onto a courser steer or an estimated position. We'd have our degrees there, 271, and we'd have our rate at 0.6.